So, it was nothing that I really had thought about how I found my way into real estate. It just kind of happened organically. I had always been in positions or worked with businesses that were related to construction. So I was always very interested in houses and home building and all of those kinds of things. I worked for a flooring contractor for a lot of years and had dealt with a lot of different home builders and just kind of was interested in buying, selling properties. Did a little bit of that before I became a real estate licensee. So it just kind of naturally happened and the time was just right in my life. I really wanted to get more into real estate as far as a purchaser, an actual buyer and owner. And it just made sense if I'm going to start building projects, if I was in real estate, it would just give me that extra leg up to be able to do some of the things that I wanted to do, having access to the MLS, those types of things. So it just made sense just for my own direction. So that's how it finally made sense, the timing to actually go through that process rather than, farming that out to someone else. A lot of good time management skills, I think, are crucial, and just good organizational skills. Having some knowledge of real estate just in general. If you've bought and sold houses, you already know a lot more than you might think you do. So having just some knowledge of homes and home styles, anything that you've done in your past life is probably going to help you in real estate, believe it or not, even if it's just dealing with people in general. We found teachers make incredible real estate agents. So we have people that come from all different backgrounds, but for me, having those organizational time management skills were super helpful. I would say that having a real estate license was an extension of what I was already doing in my life. So it was just to me, it was like something else I needed to do to continue down that road of growing real estate wealth, really. I mean, that's what it is using real estate to grow your own personal wealth. Having that real estate license was something I needed to do to take that to the next level. And then it just turned into, selling more real estate, and then ended up with the Real Estate Learning Group, which was kind of it just something that kind of popped up out of nowhere. But the timing again was right, that was the direction that I wanted to go, and still continue selling real estate, but having that, working with the Real Estate Learning Group and having the partners that I've had there has just been amazing, because I've learned so much more than I ever would have learned just selling real estate on my own. Joining the Real Estate Learning Group, that was in 2018. It just something that just came up, and I said, I really feel like I need to pursue this. It just resonated with me, that it just felt like the right thing for me to do at that moment in time. I've always kind of been prior to my real estate license, kind of the right-hand person that just kind of made everything churn in a business, and I like that feeling, that role of just helping to grow a business and helping to keep things on track. So it was nice because I did have my real estate license. I knew enough to jump right in and kind of take off. And so it was a great segue for me into the role of operations manager, and we've done some really fun and some really cool things. I'm doing a lot more with software and computer skills than I ever thought I would, so it's been fun. Multiple hats is mandatory. I think I told somebody once, we are, and I hope this doesn't offend anybody, this is not a union shop. If I'm told to clean the toilet, then I clean the toilet. So there's plenty of things to do. You're pushed and pulled in many directions every day. You never know what your day is going to be. Obviously, I'm a regimented person, so I use my Google Calendar like it's my Bible. It keeps me on track. I know the things that I have to get done, and I try to schedule and block time, but your day can go in so many different directions every single day, and that's what makes it fun, really. It keeps it interesting, and we're always doing new things, so it's fun. Well, I think anytime you're in the sales-related business, you should be coming from a place of education. That, if you're trying to sell something, you're trying to educate somebody, and just coming from that place and being a helpful person to somebody who maybe knows less than you do. So it's really just trying to help them, give them the knowledge, give them the resources. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people into the real estate business, and we want to give them every tool that they can to be successful. Every single thing I've done has had an impact on where I am today. There are skills that just transfer along the way. So there's things I still think about, now, 20 years ago that happened that somehow connect. I worked for Acadia Insurance for a couple of years, so I knew a lot about property claims just from that experience. So it's really interesting how you just build on the skills that you've learned over the years. So just so much of what I've done though has primarily been tied to the construction business. So that's obviously super helpful, but just a lot of working with spreadsheets, just the things that are just so, just seem not very important at the time, but do help to translate into skills that I'm still using today.